Hi Cambridge class, this week on this notebook software we have got 3 different reading comprehensions. So either read it yourself or follow along with me. Scientists find out how snot palaces made. How did scientists use lasers to find out more about giant larvaceans? The lasers lit up particles in the water, similar to the way dust looks in a sunbeam. Scientists could see how the water flowed in and around the giant larvaceans. Giant larvaceans are famous for making their homes out of mucus, which you might know as snot. Now, scientists from Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute have used a special laser tool to find out how these sea creatures do it. The results of their investigation could be used for other things. The scientists think that by understanding how larvaceans build their homes, we might be able to design better 3D printers or even how to build homes on the Moon or Mars. So what do we know about giant larvaceans? Well, they look like translucent tadpoles and they're actually quite small, only around 10 centimetres. Nevertheless, they can create snot palaces, which not only house but feed them too. Giant larvaceans construct small mucus homes around themselves. However, they then inflate the snotty homes to almost a metre, which is a massive structure compared to their size. Were the little larvaceans the size of a person, these balloons of mucus would be the size of a 5-storey home. These snot palaces are so delicate they can't be studied on land. Instead, the team used lasers mounted on an underwater robot to help them look more closely at the larvaceans. It could be the most kind of complex structure that an animal makes, said the lead author of the study, Kakani Katija, adding, "It's pretty astonishing that a single animal is able to do it." As these mucus mansions bob along underwater, they protect the larvaceans from predators and filter food for them from the surrounding water. When the snot palace gets clogged up, the larvacean discards it and builds a new one. This happens every day or two. You might be wondering, if they change homes every day or so, what becomes of their big snotty homes? Well, they get eaten by other marine animals. Yuck. So glossary. Translucent means almost transparent, so almost see-through. Structure, something built from several parts. Predators, an animal that hunts and eats other animals. And discard means get rid of or throw away. Let's have a look at the first set of questions. So pause the video and go back to the text to answer each one. And here are the next set of questions. Again, pause the video and refer back to the text to answer each one. When you've done your absolute best, you can then have a look at the answers. Okay, the second text is spider species named after Greta Thunberg. What are huntsman spiders? Huntsman spiders are found in tropical regions of the world. They are different from other spiders as their eyes are in 2 rows. Ugh. A new species of huntsman spider has been named after climate change campaigner Greta Thunberg. It was discovered on Madagascar, a large island in the Indian Ocean. It's not the first time that a scientist has named a newly discovered creature after Greta. A beetle and a snail have also been named after the Swedish activist. It's not the first time that spider expert Peter Jaeger has discovered the creature. In fact, this is the 400th species of spider he's found. Peter, however, isn't the only scientist to name animals after well-known people or characters. In 2017, a new monkey species was named the Skywalker Hulock Gibbon, a character from the Star Wars movies. So, who is Greta Thunberg and why are creatures being named after her? In the summer of 2018, she became famous for her protests outside the Swedish Parliament. She did this because she wanted politicians to do more about climate change. Every Friday, Greta would miss school to protest. Her campaigning, though, hasn't just been in her home country, Sweden. Last year, Greta visited different countries to talk about climate change. In April 2019, she visited the Houses of Parliament in the UK to urge politicians to do more about climate change. Then, in August, she sailed across the Atlantic Ocean to attend meetings in the USA. At the end of last year, a magazine called Time said that Greta had won their Person of the Year in 2019 award. They said she won because she showed us all what it might look like when a new generation leads. Now, Peter has chosen to name his spider after Greta because he was inspired by her campaigning. He said, "Her commitment to the fight against climate change and for a better future on our planet is impressive." As the list of species named after Greta increases, who knows which new animals will be named after her next? The glossary, species, means living things that have similar characteristics and produce young. Climate change, the rising temperature and changes in weather over a long period of time. Campaigner, someone who works towards a specific aim. And generation, a group of people who are of a similar age. Let's now have a look at the first set of questions. Remember to pause the video and go back to the text. So again, once you've done your absolute best work, then have a look at the answers, but not before. And this is your final comprehension task of the week. Neolithic shafts found close to Stonehenge. What have archaeologists discovered? Archaeologists have found some large shafts, which means holes, close to Stonehenge. They were found near a settlement called Durrington Walls, where archaeologists believe the people who built Stonehenge lived and feasted. Archaeologists have made a discovery close to Stonehenge. They have found 20 shafts that were dug 4,500 years ago during the Stone Age. It's believed to be the largest prehistoric structure ever found in the UK. The shafts are large holes and they measure 5 metres deep and 10 metres in diameter, and that's across. The team of archaeologists believe that the shafts marked a boundary for a sacred site close to a Stone Age settlement called Durrington Walls. The holes appear to have been dug to form the outline of a circle which is over a mile wide. Experts say that Durrington Walls is very important historically. Dr. Nick Snashall from the National Trust said that Durrington Walls was the place where the builders of Stonehenge would have lived. He went on to say that the discovery could offer us new insights into the lives and beliefs of our Neolithic ancestors. Another member of the team, Dr. Richard Bates, says it gives them an insight into the past. The shafts were made during a period of the Stone Age called the Neolithic. The Stone Age was a time in the past when people made weapons and tools from stone. The Stone Age was such a long period of time that experts have split it into 3 periods: the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and the Neolithic. The Neolithic was a significant period in human history. It was when humans started living in settlements. Also, instead of moving around to find food, they began to farm. The Neolithic was also the period where Stonehenge was built. It's one of the most famous prehistoric monuments in the world. Experts believe that Stonehenge was built in several stages. The earliest part was built around 5,000 years ago. Archaeologists, though, still have more to find out about it. English Heritage, the group that looks after Stonehenge, says that there are many questions about the monument that we still have to answer. So the glossary, archaeologists mean scientists who use physical remains to find out about life in the past. Diameter is the distance from one side of a circle to another. Sacred, having a religious purpose. And prehistoric, before people kept written records about events. Let's have a look at the questions. And then only when you've answered each question, had your best go at it, should you then have a look at the answers. I hope you did well. See you later.